Look at this guy.
Okay.
He's setting the table, Dan.
Yeah.
In a sermon series that aimed to clarify what has been, in quotes, clarify what has been distorted and misunderstood by the church for millennia.
For what gain? For what gain would the church have an unpopular stance on people's drive to do whatever they want, and to what?
Right.
Why would anyone do it?
Yeah, I suppose they're like, people just want to control, but like, I don't know, to what extent?
Jeez.
It says, I'm acutely aware that today's message is one that you ain't never heard preached in the church, admitted Coates. Mount Enon Baptist Church in Clinton, Maryland, a church of 9,000 people, aims to be a caring, Christ-centered community church with a kingdom agenda. Boy, that don't fit on a business card. The church values the word of God, calling it unchangeable. Semicolon. It's always a semicolon. You got a semicolon in your statement of faith, you got yourself a problem. It is to be used to equip the saints to achieve our mission while also embracing godly innovation. Coates helps people to learn to live life with no limits. Okay, as part of his Let's Talk About Sex sermon series, Coates attempted to dispel beliefs that have simply been passed down from generation to generation. I'm obligated as a preacher of the Word of God to preach the truth of the Bible and not to further myths, superstitions, and lies, said Coates. There are very few Christians, especially black Christians, who were introduced to the subject of sex in ways that were positive, open, honest, loving, accepting, and celebrated, said Coates. And that experience, I believe, is why there is so much sexual ignorance, dysfunction, trauma, guilt, and shame in our community. Now, I actually kind of agree with him on that. I think not for the reasons he's setting up, but I think you can end up with very negative connotations of sex growing up that then do not allow you to enjoy sex like you should.
My wife always told the girls, sex is magical. And now all they do is make fun of her all the time and go, sex is magical. I'm like, well, I mean, we got the positive spin on it, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Coates went on to say the church's mishandling of this subject has had considerable consequences on our culture and our society. He argued, okay, here we go. I think this is the key thing. He argued that the difference is how the church has interpreted the word fornication. Coates said, you cannot assume that it means in the text what it means today. The Greek word fornication in the Bible does not refer to premarital sex, said Coates. He referenced 1 Corinthians 6 when the Apostle Paul says to flee fornication and argued that Paul wasn't referring to premarital sex. Porneia is the Greek word that appears 24 times in the New Testament, according to Coates. Its root, pornos, he said, means a harlot or a prostitute. Coates argued the entire context is fleeing prostitution, not fleeing premarital sex. Okay. So we can finish out the article, but that's the key point. Now, here's a couple of things of which we should probably suss out on principle.